Hey everybody, this is Psychic Tarot, and I'm starting my channel today. And what we're going to do is start off with a pick-a-card reading. This is my first time, but I've been divinely blessed to share this with you guys. Keep in mind, take what serves you, leave what doesn't. If you're not resonating with something, just don't use it. It's up to you. It's what you feel. Just go by your intuition. With that, I have 5 piles from left to right. On the left side, we'll start with the first, all the way over to the right side, which is the 5th. I've already shuffled and picked the cards. So we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. We have the Emperor. The Hierophant. And the 5 of Pentacles. So if you pick this card, and I'm not a traditional reader, I do look at the meanings of the cards, but I also go by what I feel by the cards, colors, different impressions that come up to me. With the Emperor, I feel you are trying to stand in your power. You see, he's on his throne. He's dressed in red. He's trying to find his security, his stability, and he's trying to represent that. He's on his throne. There's nothing around him. There's nobody around him to help him with that. He's getting his balance back. He's getting his power back. His feet are planted on the floor here. There's also 2 rams right here, if you see, on the throne. He has white. He has yellow here, where he's working on his money. Also, there's a lot of blue here, so that might be your throat chakra, saying what you need to say when you need to say it to be in your power. There's rocks behind him back here, and with the rocks, you could have came from a situation that wasn't that good for you today, but you're trying to find your balance. You're trying to find your power. You're being on your throne here. You have your crown on, but you also don't look very happy about it. We also have the Hierophant. With the Hierophant, you're cueing into your intuition. You're standing above, but you're still in this gray area, as you can see on the sides here. You're still not sure which way you want to go. There's also the keys here, but they look like 2 separate paths. Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to go left or are you going to go right? Which one is best for you? What does your intuition say? What are you cueing into? Who are you listening to? Because you see the 2 people right here. Are you listening to people that don't serve you? Or are you listening to your intuition? Are you listening to the God power? Are you listening to the universe? This person is standing in their truth. They're trying to get to a place where they're in their power and their intuition does serve them, that it's okay for that. But it's still, which way is right? I still want my security. I still want my stability. I still want to be who I want to be and show all the gifts and talents that I possess to the world. But who am I? Will people listen? Over here, you have the 5 of Pentacles. So still connected with these, you're trying to get your sense of balance. He has the scales here. Or also you could be dealing with a Libra, or you are a Libra. There's money, so you might have some financial issues that you're dealing with and trying to get. 5 is like right in the middle. You're trying to get stable with that. You're trying to get balance. You're also, looks like this person is handing out crumbs to other people. So you might be trying to help others, or people might be trying to give you crumbs of what doesn't serve you. He looks a little bit happier than he does in these other 2 cards, but it's finding the balance between the money and the power and also your intuition. Is what your family is saying what you think is right, or are you going by what you think? Are you standing in the universe? Are you on your throne? Or are you listening to these other people? People who are not unique like you, who don't know how to operate like you. Is money more important than your spirit side? Or are they all working in balance together? How is your physical health? How is your mental health? How is your spirituality? Is everything in balance together? Are you speaking your truth? Or are you concentrated on money? Back here you have trees. So it looks like more calmer. There's pretty much land behind them and a castle, it looks like, or buildings. But he's over here still in this gray area. Still gray. What should I do? How do I settle everything? How do I bring balance back into my life so I feel like I'm stable for me, not for other people? How do I speak my truth so that others will listen and can partake in what I'm saying and that get to the heart of how they feel? How am I living a full life? How is everything working together to create the power and the balance? I do have faith in you. I think you will choose the right direction if you listen to your intuition, if you stand in your power, if you get into balance. But it all is within how you take your information that you're receiving. What does your reality look like? Are people persuading you to do things you really don't want to do? What's your truth? And are you living in that? And that's all I have for pile 1. If that's the end and you got what you needed from pile 1, I thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. You were awesome and you're amazing and you're going to figure out everything. Go with the flow of life. Thank you. Now we move on to pile 2. With pile 2, we have Judgment. We have the King of Cups. We have the King of Wands. Just trying to arrange these so you guys can see them. And we have Temperance. With Judgment, you see a family here, or people underneath this angel. And judgment is being rained down on a situation. Everybody's looking up to see what's going to happen. Maybe with this, there was a fallout. Maybe there was some issue with all the people involved. And right now, judgment is coming down on everybody that was participating in whatever happened. This could be love. This could be relationship. This could be career, family, any issue you can think of. Judgment is coming down upon this situation. There's a lot of blue, so people are speaking their truth. It also has to do with the red, which is security and stability. Your security and your stability might be knocked off balance, but as you can see, the divine is still there. There's still clouds, and they're still coming down to help the situation. There's rocky waters and turbulence back here, and the people are in it. They're right in the middle. If you see in the boxes and in the water, they're in the middle of the turbulence, in the middle of this judgment. Water is also emotion, so there's a lot of feelings that are put into this situation, but it's coming down in the people's best interest. It's fallen down now. Next to Judgment, we have the King of Cups. King of Cups, cups usually means a lot of emotion, and as you can see, they're on water. Water is also emotion and also can be spirit. So this person's on their throne and they're smiling. There's a lot of emotion with this situation. And they're trying to bring back balance in this rocky water. Their feet are not together. Both feet are not matching up. So with that, it might be that they have one foot in and one foot out of what to do. Kind of similar to pile 1, but different. They're not stable on both feet. They're trying to be in their power because they're sitting on the throne with their emotions. They're trying to get their emotions back in check over what happened. But they're also looking in this direction towards what happened. not straight away or not over to this side, away from it, ignoring the situation. They're looking towards the situation. They're trying to speak about their emotions, also focusing on their money, also focusing on healing from this, but saying what they need to say, because there's a lot of blue, a lot of spirit involved. Down here we have temperance. As you can see, the cups are trying to come back into balance. As one pours in, another one pours out. They're pouring into each other. So it could be two people in a situation. They're trying to balance it out with a relationship. It could be the person's just trying to get balance back into whatever's going on. As you can see, it's two here, two cups of emotion, which is real similar to the King of Cups. We have more cups coming into play. There's a new beginning back here, though, that's coming out, because you have the sun coming up over the mountains here and all the green. There's a lot of healing and spirits dipping their toe into the emotion, into spirit, into this circumstance to bring temperance into the situation so that people can get back to this balance. And there's a lot of gray here in this one, too. In the backgrounds, as you can see on the throne, in the background, in the back of the card, there's a lot of gray. So they might not really know what to do, but they're trying to bring them temperance to help them make the right decisions and go in a good way, where it's calmer waters and not rocky waters, where the path is very clear and there's a new beginning and people can function in the right way, where new flowers come up and green grass comes up, and the flowers and seeds that were planted are now harvested. There's also that aura shining, the light shining off of spirit here. They're trying to illuminate the situation. There's judgment, but there's also illumination. With judgment comes some form of message of what needs to be learned here with this lesson. How to go forward to not repeat certain lessons. Then we have the King of Wands. We have two kings here, if you notice, and two angels raining down emotions. So King of Wands, he's also on his throne, but he's irritated. He has his wand here with growing buds. There's seeds that have been planted, like I said, here that are coming up. He's focused on his money. He's focused on his security. He's focused on his healing. But he's on his throne. A lot of these, you have a situation with more people, family members, work, career, and then this person is by themselves in the other cards. They're back on their throne. There's no rocky water here. There's just terrain. It looks like he has a little spirit helper here just trying to help him, even though he's not focused on him. He's looking in this direction. He's looking towards the emotion, and the emotion is looking towards the judgment. There's also different patterns, different symbols on the throne here. They're trying to bring him messages. So definitely pay attention to anything that you're receiving. If you're receiving any messages about this, any intuition, if Spirit's trying to give you something, listen to it. Any information that you get is crucial. Don't ignore that. That's the inner heart of you, that's spirit, that's universe, whatever you want to call it, trying to let you know what the deal is over here. This is a circle. And with circles, there's a cycle, and cycles also come to completion, new beginning. It's just figuring out where you want to go with it. Sitting back and analyzing and using your intuition to figure out what is the best course of action. And that's all I have for pile 2. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting my channel. Like and subscribe if you like the video. Definitely, I'd like to thank you for being here. And we'll move on now to pile 3. With pile 3, we have death. Whew, intense. You have the Nine of Wands. There's a lot in this situation. You can feel it. Six of Swords over here. And as you can see, there's a lot of sword energy. Now we have the King of Swords. The Hanged Man. And if those of you who don't know, cards kind of play out like a story sometimes. This one is in reverse. You have a lot of swords going on with this. Wands, mental energy, swords. There's a lot connected with this death. So a death did happen here. You have the Seven of Cups. And Ten of Swords. There's a lot of swords in this. This energy feels very, very heavy. So apologies if I wasn't talking for a moment, but there's a lot of heavy energy that I can feel with this situation or this pile. At the top, we have the Death card. With the Death card, there was a situation that happened, and you can see people are just laying down here, dead, and Death is running through, charging through on his black horse. So something died, literally. Could be love, relationships, career, emotionally. Something wasn't working. There's red in the horse's eyes. There's a skeleton on the horse. There's water spirit dripping down, trying to heal this situation, trying to bring in goodness, but something died here. You have victims and people laid out. People got slaughtered here in one way or another, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. They got slaughtered. With that, now this person, they're bandaged up. They're gathering their wand with the flowers coming out and the green sprouts. They're trying to heal with the green here. It's still a gray area. They still need a lot of communication. They still need to talk about it, but they're trying to move on. But they're in this wand energy. They're bruised and battered. It's been a lot. But they're gathering their strength. They are leaning on this wand here to go, to do what they need to do after this situation, for this healing to take place. Next, we have King of Swords. This person is at the top. They're cutting out anything that doesn't serve them. They're on their throne with their sword on top of the mountain by themselves, trees and everything in the background, blue skies. They're standing in their truth. They're communicating, but they're cutting out with that sword what doesn't serve them right now. They're getting rid of it. It's unnecessary. Something had to die for this person to get back on their throne, for them to see their power, for them to cut out what isn't needed. And with them cutting it out, they're getting on their boat. They're using their wand. They might be taking their family or other people with them, or people that are close to them, and they're getting out of there. They're on this calmer waters. They've decided to pick up the pieces and move on and get out of this situation. They took their swords with them. They have 6 swords right here. They're taking those, what happened, anything that can serve them, any gifts, anything, in a new direction. They're out of there. Everything's blue, but it's still kind of gray. But they made their decision to head out of there before it was too late. Down here we have the Hangman. This person's illuminated, but he's hanging on by one foot. The other one's down here. He's hanging on by one string to a situation. It's green and it's blossoming. He's getting new ideas. He's upside down though. Something happened that turned him upside down. And he's trying to figure his way out of it. And he's getting out. He has bright ideas. He's illuminated. He's speaking his truth. He's thinking about his security and his family, his friends, his relationships. But he's still hanging on by a little tiny thread here. With this one, as you can see, there's all the cups. You have 7 cups here. Different cups with different things, different gifts, different ideas, different conclusions, even people. Which one do you choose? That's the gray area. What's the right thing to do based on all of this information? Where do I go from here? And he takes all of this information, he sits back and he thinks about it, and he heads in a new direction. He's able to pick up the pieces, cut out what doesn't serve him, let it die, and move on. He's going to a new place. It might even be the unknown, but he's out of there. With this one, it's in reverse. We have the 8 of Swords. This person's blindfolded. They're bound up. They're tied up. With this, that would traditionally mean this person's bound up. They can't see. They can't think. They're bound up. Look at all this. Dry ground with a little bit of water. They're still in the gray area, but they're getting free from all of this. They're trying to work themselves free from this situation with the help from the divine. They're trying to find a new path and a new direction. They're finally, those ties are coming off. The blindfold's coming off. They don't want that ground to be dry and cracked and not fruitful. Down here, this person might be even reflecting because it's mirroring the death up here. There's so many problems. There's so many issues. There's so many things going on. You can see here, this person just feels literally like they're just on the ground and they can't take it anymore. It's all black up here. They're trying to get protection. They're trying to get away from it. They're trying to pick up the pieces and get onto calmer waters back here. They're trying to take the steps necessary to move on. But they still sometimes, even though they're going in this new direction, they're thinking about the problems. With this one, it's more like you have to get out of your head and cut out what's not necessary for you. Get off of the problems and find a solution and get out of there. Work a new direction. Take your gifts, what you know, what you studied, what you've analyzed. Move where you need to go. Your problems are for your betterment. It's to make you, and it has made you who you are. You came here for a specific purpose. It might not be clear to you now because it's unknown. Certain things were unknown until this death, but you have some idea. You know what gifts you have. It's coming out. You're rejecting ideas that don't serve you. Go with that. Trust your intuition. Trust spirit will guide you in the right direction. The divine is always with us. I'm feeling for you, Pile 3. I know this is hard, but where do you want to go? What serves you? What's in your best interest? Not everybody around you. Not the victims. Not people who can't do anything. You can't change anybody. You have to change yourself. You got this. I believe in you. One day at a time. One problem at a time. All right. That's it for Pile 3. I thank you so much for being here, you guys. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm saying so far. Thank you so much for checking me out. If this is the end with ya. And I'll catch you next video. All right. We have pile 4. Queen of Swords. A lot of sword energy going on today. Knight of Cups. Page of Wands. The Devil. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. The Moon. Two of Pentacles. Five of Swords. And the Empress. And sorry if my camera is a little bit funny. I'm still getting used to all this. And like I said, this is my first video. So definitely, I'll get better as I go along. I have faith in myself. And I have faith in you guys. All right, pile 3. What do we have here? At the top, we have the Queen of Swords. So with the Queen of Swords, she's on her throne. She's thinking and she's kind of irritated with situations and things that hasn't served her. She's cutting out what is no longer necessary because she's back on her throne in her power. The Queen of Swords, in its entirety, in its power, will cut out situations that no longer serve her. There's different suits of queens and different suits of kings. She will cut out and be back on her throne and cut you off with a quickness and cut out of her life things that aren't going to help her. You have a lot of blue energy. You're saying your truth. You're getting rid of things. You're on your throne. Not too happy. Nobody's around, and there's just this distance in the background there. There's clouds and storms, looks like in the background behind you. But you're getting to a place where you're okay because you can see through everything. Down here we have Knight of Cups. So this person might have brought in a new offer. They're writing in, they're bringing emotion in a cup. Cups are always emotion. You have the stream here, more emotion, more spirit, more divine energy. The horse looks pleasant, the horse looks nice. There's rocky terrain back here, but it's in the background. So this Knight of Cups is coming in with a lot of emotion, a lot of spirit, trying to offer you something. But then right next to it, we have the Devil. This could be Capricorn. This can also be the Lovers. This can also be your shadow side. This can also be the card of addictions. And that can be in any way. Addictions don't have to be alcohol or drugs. It can be sex. It can be eating too much. It can be gambling. You can be addicted to video games. You can be addicted to a lot of things. And there's a chain between these two people. It's keeping them hooked. It could be relationships. It could be codependency. But the situation is black. And they're tied together. It's getting rid of addictions, getting rid of codependencies, standing back in your power, cutting out what doesn't serve you. If you're noticing you're eating too much, you're gonna want to start to work out if that resonates with you. Just changing the situation is my example. Next, we have the Page of Wands. With the pages are always messengers. But this is a Page of Wands. With that, that's a lot of mental energy. They're bringing in news about things that are going on in your mind. Messages about money. Messages about your security. Messages about grounding, where you're standing on. Communicating. But being secure because he's standing upright with the help of this wand. There's nothing growing here. So what does it take to get back to fruitful land? How do I make these seeds blossom? How do I live my best life? How do I balance? Next here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. She's staring at this pentacle here, and pentacles are usually money. She's looking at her money. She's looking what she does have. Maybe her gifts, maybe actual physical money, maybe, you know, just thinking about how beautiful it is outside. Oh, I have my children. Oh, I have this. She's grateful. She's looking down and she's admiring that pinnacle. She's on her throne. But also there's issues with security. All that red there. She's trying to heal from this, but still thinking about this pinnacle. There's all this fruitfulness. There's not dry land anymore. There's fruitfulness, but she's still looking down at her money, her job, her relationship. Typically, like I said, it is money. She isn't concerned out here as much. Like, see how beautiful it is around her, but she can only see this situation. And she's trying to cradle it, and she's trying to nestle it and keep it close to her. Even though all of this is going on around her, all this new harvest, all of this beautiful day. But she's still focused here. Could be even be worrying about a situation. Next to that, as you can see, all the cups here. This person's walking away. They have all their cups built up. They have 8 of cups here. Completion would be 10. And they're turning their back on the cups that they have that are filled. There's green, there's healing, there's stability, there's emotion. Definitely emotion with the cups. But the moon is the subconscious. They're going inside. They're looking at their beliefs. They're looking at what they do have. And they're turning up their back on what doesn't serve them. They're getting out of there. They're walking away. They're going into their inside. They're going inside themselves to their inner child and finding out what really makes them happy. Cutting out what doesn't. And which is funny is because right next to it we have the moon. And the moon is sitting here. It looks like it's in pain with the sun. Sun goes down, the moon comes up. The moon does this, and so does the sun every day. But the sun is subconscious, or the moon is subconscious beliefs, excuse me. What do we hold inside ourselves that we're not paying attention to? What isn't serving us? What are we feeding into that we are not really looking at? What are we trying to break away from? Why are we trying to stand in our power? What's inside us that needs to come out for the world? You have your 2 spirits here howling at the moon. And it looks like here you might have a lobster, a dog, and a wolf. You might want to look up those spirit animals as well and what they mean. You can Google that, what the spirit meaning of a dog is, etc. Dogs are usually loyal, basically. Wolves go in packs with other people, or with other wolves, I mean. So with you, it would be you with other people trying to figure out things. And the lobsters pretty much stay in the water, and with water, it's more spirit. Lobsters are undercover. What do you hold unconsciously? What are you holding inside? What needs to come out? Then we have 2 of Pentacles. This person's trying to balance. It's got the rocky water back here. He's trying to say what he needs to say and get stable. He's trying to say everything that needs to come out. But he's trying to balance this money. He's trying to balance a situation. It could even be 2 people, a relationship. He's trying to juggle this. And also there's the infinity sign here, or the number 8. So you can look up the number 8 and the infinity sign, what that means forever. He's trying to trust that even though, see this boat back here? It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. You might have a situation where it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. You don't know if it's ever going to cease. You're trying to find this balance. But it's getting back to you inside, healing what needs to be healed and standing in your power. This is confirming here with the Five of Swords that a battle occurred. There might be a third-party situation. There could also be a battle that took place, and there's different people here. If you can see, the storm is clearing, but this person's kind of smug. This person's moving on and walking away from the situation. This person is really, really sad about whatever happened, but there was a battle that happened between people. Could actually be three people, could be a relationship where you found out about a wife or a girlfriend or somebody else, and there's no judgments, there's only positivity on this channel, definitely. But they're picking their swords up. This one's happy. It's like he won. He's smug about it. So how do you continue on after this battle? Did somebody win over you? Which person are you? Are you okay with what happened? Are you being smug? Are you being arrogant? Are you just moving on? Are you walking away like, oh well, and not confronting your beliefs? Or are you sitting up here not in your power at all, just frustrated, irritated, looking back at this battle and all the things you lost? Which person are you in all of this? But after chaos and confusion and frustration comes calm. Next, we have the Empress. As you can see, she's on her throne as well. She's sitting back, and the resolution is she's happy. She's seeing the fruits of her labor. She's got her love. She's in her feminine, divine feminine power. She's on the throne. She knows she's a queen. She's managed all of her emotions and gone through this situation and cut out what didn't serve her and addictions and different things that came up to be on her throne and stand in her power and be completely happy with herself to say, I am who I am. Take me as I am or leave. It's fine. And with the Empress, it can go and interchange male or female, but it's saying the Empress, so I'm just saying the Empress. But it's standing in your power. She's got her wand. She can manifest what she wants to manifest. She can bring about what she wants to. She knows that. But she had to go through all of this to get to a place where she's comfortable in herself and her power. Things are coming up for her. She's bringing in what she needs to survive, things to help her, things to propel her forward, to bring in her destiny. But she knows that. She's always known. She just had to bring it out of herself. Spirit is with her. The divine is with her. And it's okay. Whether she's by herself, alone, with people, in a relationship, it's being comfortable in who you are. Who are you? Are you okay? Are you going to let a battle knock you down? Or are you going to get back up and be on your throne? Are you going to be in your power? Do you survive temptation, or are you able to be tempted at every turn? What do you believe? Are you questioning your beliefs? What are you programmed with that might not serve you by your family, your friends, different situations? What's in your best interest? How do you get on your throne? You'll get there. Go inside yourself. What's good for you? Look inside. And you'll know. You'll get messages. You'll get signs. Just listen. Pay attention. Bring yourself into balance. I know it looks hard right now. This is a lot of energy too. Time to face these demons. And I bring this to you with love. I'm not saying this out of malice at all. It's just positivity. I've had situations in my life too, but it's how do you deal with them? How do you look at them as? How do they shape you? And that's all I have for pile 4. Thank you so very much for visiting my channel. Like and subscribe if you feel called to, and I'll be coming up with new content. And I definitely thank you for being here, and I hope you definitely enjoy this day. Moving on to pile 5. We're starting out with the Ace of Wands. Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles. So you're getting a lot of news with these pages. Queen of Cups. And the Hermit. Wow. With this one, there's a lot of healing and a new beginning is coming in. There's a gray area. You didn't know if that was going to happen, but they're bringing you, with the Ace of Wands, something new. It might be illumination in your mind. It might be a new idea. Something new is coming in. It's illuminated. Storm clouds are behind you. The terrain looks even and simple. It's not rocky. But you're still in the gray area about it. What do you want to do with it? With the Page of Cups, you have two pages actually, but in different ways. Page of Cups is emotion. Page of Pentacles is about money. With the Page of Cups here, it looks like he's looking in his cup. He's looking at his emotion. He's looking at his fish. Could be twin flames. It could be divine masculine, divine feminine. He could be looking at what's to come in the future. Whether he or she, however that resonates with you, could be looking at and getting a message about emotion or a relationship or something new coming in. The waters are a little bit rocky, but trying to get stable, but still in this gray area, still not knowing what to do, trying to communicate what to say with the blue, trying to get stable and secure with the red, but still looking at this fish and the fish is looking back at him. I know there's a saying about the fish, like there's always different fish in the sea, right? He's trying to get his fish. He's looking only at this fish. But are there other things you need to look at outside of this fish? There's a message about this person or this fish, this situation involving emotion. Do you need to get more information? Is this good for you? How does it resonate with you? What does your intuition tell you? With the Queen of Cups, more cup energy. She's standing back in her power. She's on her throne. We see the waters just kind of continuing here. That emotion, that spirit. She's staring intently at her cup and she's irritated a little bit. She's on her throne. She's in her power. With this, there's a lot of emotion here with this offer, with this fish. But is it in the best interest? She's being emotional. She's trying to figure out, is this for her? Does she want this? Or is there more to the story? Does she need to do more? Is this okay? She's trying to balance her emotions. She got a message about her emotions. Now she's trying to balance them. Page of Pentacles is a message about your money. A lot of yellow here. We're trying to create this harmony. We're trying to get back to balance. We're trying to get this message about the emotion, but also clear up any money issues, any situations involving money. Trying to be stable with the red. Trying to heal and be okay with whatever this is about. Trying to be okay in a relationship, even though either it is for you or it's not. It's figuring it out. Trying to have this ground here that's okay, where the seeds come up. See, there was nothing here. It started and now it's starting to come up. The harvest is starting to come into play with this new offer. But is it in your best interest? Is the money good? Is your family stable? Are you okay? Are you questioning your career? Maybe a relationship came in and you're still questioning your career, where you're going in life. Or is it the right time for the relationship? Is this person right for you?